big fireball. More fire. More fire.
Here we go, guys. Brain fart again. This is the second attempt. This is United Forever Podcasts, episode 43, Top of the Scots. I'm Sam Spanner, and I'm with my legendary cousin.
Adam Shagham, how are you?
Yeah, mate. Oh, mate, I'm fucking gutted, right? I'm fucking well pissed off because my one and only best mate, the fridge, not Harry Maguire, the actual fridge in our house is just packed in, mate. And that was the origins of the power cuts. And now it's like, I ain't got cold beers anymore. The world's just coming to an end sort of thing. So hopefully the old technician's still under warranty, but it is a motherfucker of a fridge. It's got your sort of ice machine in it. It's got your cold water dispenser. You need that for this hot part of the world, in the summer. So hopefully they'll fix it. But so, mate, all right. Before we start with the punnage, I'm just going to say that the puns will be sort of linked in with the old Scots. So we've got Scottish puns for past and present West Ham players. So we're celebrating it was all right. It was a win in the FA Cup against West Ham. So, you've got to celebrate them somehow or another. But before we do that, we've got some shout outs. All right. So we've got for old Rich Sutherland for the old Southampton punnage in the other episode. He said, this is a witty one. So we've got Marion. Do you remember Marion Pahars?
Marion Pahars,
It was, I think it was from Latvia or something. So basically he said, Marion Pahars. So that was quite witty. And then we got Jay Parkers. He said, for the old greasy, slippery puns for the Evertonians, he said Greasy Sigurdsson instead of Gylfi Sigurdsson. I believe he's on the score sheet right now against Hot Spunk. And the one and only, the absolute paddock legend, Santa Nocci, went and said, for the Evertonians, you got, instead of Pat Nevin, Fat Nevin, you've got, I don't know if I'm going to say this right, but we've got Sylvain Disdain. No, I don't know if that could be like a dish stain, a greasy dish stain or something. Me and my dyslexia, mate. And then instead of Paul Gerrard, you've got Paul Gerlard. So we've got another Lardy one there. That's brilliant. So, oh, mate, I haven't got the Rona. I've got a fucking cough today. We've got the old anecdote that I wanted to tell Santa Notch, right? So, fucking years ago, so must have been fucking a good, 17 years ago. This is scary. I was doing one road trip with some mates from uni in the south of Spain. Yeah. And it was panging heat, mate, full on scrote right. It must have been about 45 degrees. And we were like, fuck, no one's around, so everyone must be indoors with aircon, drinking cold beers or whatnot. So we decided to just go into the closest restaurant we could find. And it was this Italian restaurant. And it looks, I don't want to use the word palatial, right? But it was kind of very attractive inside, and very nice deco, very formal waiters and stuff. And there's me and two other twats from uni dressed like dickheads. Anyway, cut long story short, in Spain, they the old cold soup called gazpacho, right? Yes. And then the waiter... All right, my Spanish wasn't all that, 17 years ago. So, and the waiter was Italian, so he was speaking sort of Italian Spanish, and I was speaking Spanglish. So, he was saying the specials, and I swear he said gazpacho, and I was like, I could just down a whole jug full of the stuff to rehydrate myself. Yeah. And what does he bring out? This very sort of beautiful but bizarre sort of raw meat thing. And I thought to myself, what the
Right.
fuck have I ordered? And I looked at the lads, and they were like, so where's the soup? And I said to the waiter, sorry, mate, where's the soup? And he goes, this
Yeah.
isn't soup, this is carpaccio. And I was like, fuck. Yeah, I didn't want raw meat, sorry, mate. But believe it or not, I'm a big lover of that now, but I've never seen it in my life, and I was like a little bit horrified. And then,
Yeah.
anyway, so the waiter wasn't happy, and he must have spat on my pizza because there was some random like yoki thing going on. But so, mate, to make things worse, right? So after like I must have drank shitloads of beer anyway to rehydrate myself, which isn't very good because beer doesn't really hydrate
Yeah.
you to the max. But anyway, I needed to go for a mega piss, like fucking open a champagne bottle, right? Went into the bathroom. It was like beautiful. When you're thinking, what? How can it be fucking beautiful? It was a very attractive and well decorated bathroom.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I was having a piss, and I thought to myself, "Oh my god, where am I pissing?" And mate, it wasn't a urinal; it was this fancy fucking wall sink. So just to give you, a bit of an idea, right? So back in the day, like in the 90s, people would like rant and rave about the sinks at McDonald's in the bathrooms because they had like this aluminium thing, and you'd put your hands underneath, and you
Right.
get like this automatic soap dispenser. Then you'd wash your hands,
Right.
and then they'd get
Yeah.
blow dried. So I thought,
Yeah.
like, it must have been like that, but ceramic Art Deco kind of thing. And I was just pissing away, and I realised, mate, there's just a tap as well. I was pissing right underneath the tap. So, mate, that's just a random story. So, fucking
Brilliant.
hell. Oh, nutters, mate. I'm going round the bend, mate. Fucking hell. All right, here we go. So we've got some Scottish punnage to celebrate the old West
Yeah.
Ham players. Give me yours, mate.
Right.
Give me one.
I've got
We'll do a
4.
bit of ping pong.
And
Yes, go for it.
I've got 3. I've got 3, but then I did a bit of Wikipedia, and I found a quality
Okay.
name of a player that played for West Ham back in the day. It's like proper old, but I don't
Yeah,
even know
okay.
who the guy is, but I'll give you the name at the end because it is a fantastic. It's going to be on par with Burnt Hats. All right, it's on par with that. All right,
Okay.
so just giving you the
Sweet.
right. Okay, so my first one.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
On Android and iPhone, there's I don't know if there is now, but there's a game called Clash of Clans. Do you remember that?
Yeah, mate.
Have you heard of
I
that?
remember, yes.
Right. Okay.
I have.
Right,
I haven't played on it. We'll have to ask old Sons
No.
of Grimnir because he's the gamer from my fan base.
Yeah, definitely. So I've integrated that name into Declan Rice's name. So his name from now on will be Clash of Clans Rice.
Yes. Nice. Which also rhymes with nice. Oh, mate.
So
I'm
I
a
was gonna
rap
go
and I've
with
just
Deck
been to the
Clan.
clapper. Sorry. So, yes. Sorry, I'm fucking. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, that is brilliant.
Long
Give me a
day.
second one, mate. Or should we do a ping pong one, or what?
Go for
Shall I
a
go
ping
give
pong.
you one of mine?
Yeah,
All right.
go
So,
for
what
it.
do we sing on? All right. Quick question then. So, what do we sing on fucking hell, on New Year's Eve when we're all pissed at midnight? Oh,
Old
we'll
Lang
follow through.
Syne. innit?
Yes, mate. So we've got Old Lang Syne.
Nice. Impressed with that one. Very good. Right.
Yes. All right, your turn, mate.
My next one is a mashup for Hayden Mullins. Yeah. His name from now on is Haggis
Okay.
Mullins.
Nice. That's good shit, mate. Do you remember Dean Ashton?
Yep.
Yeah, we got Aberdeen Ashton. So I had to go Scottish there.
Uh,
Oh,
that
fucking
that
asthma
one
pump time. All right, give me another one, mate.
that one's a winner so far.
Okay.
Right, instead of Marlon Harewood, his name is now Marlon Haggiswood.
Oh, sweet. Mate, I've written down here, instead of Marlon Harewood, I've put Tartan Harewood, which is quite shit. Mate, yours is better than mine. Oh, dear. All right, what's your next one? Or are you saving that for last?
Yeah, well, so I've done my 3 because there's certain like punnage that I find very, very difficult. Whether or not it's because I'm like full on retarded, I don't know. But certain ones I can knock them out the park. Other ones not so much. But I found this one slightly difficult. But yeah, so how many more have you got?
I've got about a handful more. Not that many tonight.
Okay.
So we've got some old school player called George Paris. I've called him George Haggis. We've got sorry, we've got some other bloke, George K. So I called him George Whiskey. That was a little bit like a drunk Aussie.
Yeah.
So if I ask you a question, yeah. Sorry, this is really stupid. Fucking hell. What's the old head of the Scottish Nationalist Party?
Oh bloody hell! Nicola Sturgeon.
Right, here we go. So, can you remember there was a player called George? Sorry, it was not George Moncur. It was John Moncur. I've gone for John Nicola Moncursion.
Mash up.
Which is just full on mash up, mate. What was old? What was the ex Portsmouth manager who was from West Ham back in the day? And he was obsessed with Nico Crankjar and all that.
Harry Redknapp.
What was it? Harry Redknapp. Instead of Harry Redknapp, Harry Redkneeps. So,
yes.
You've got to love your neeps and tatties, mate. Oh dear. And so you've got Bobby Zamora, yeah? You remember Bobby Zamora?
Definitely.
So you've got the name Bobby, and what's Bobby sort of short for? Or where does it come from? Yes, mate. All right, so we've got Bobby the Bruce Zamora. And then the last one I've got, mate, is I don't know if you remember this Dane years ago called Mark Reaper. So we've got instead of Mark Reaper. All right, instead of Mark Reaper, we've got Mark Neeper. So in theme with the Neeps, mate. Right, I need to Neeps and Tatties. Oh dear. So, Ad, mate, give me that old last banter thing.
Right. Okay.
Going off.
Okay. So, I thought this was right up your street. This one. Okay.
Yes, mate.
The name of the player. He may well have been from the 1920s, 1930s. I can't remember. I didn't record down that part, but his name is Dick Leaf.
Mate, right up my path.
Yes.
As long as it doesn't go near my arse. Well, I shall be honest, I have used I have definitely used more than one leaf to wipe my arse in the past on an old trek.
Yeah,
Oh
because
dear.
you never went for a shit on university campus in the bush after either freshers or the end of year party. You didn't do that. No.
Did in a holly bush, mate. I didn't use a holly leaf to wipe my arse. Oh dear, mate. I'd have ended up in A&E. Fucking hell.
Yeah,
Oh dear, oh dear.
not good.
So, mate,
Brilliant.
obviously, yeah, so we managed to scrape out a win again yesterday, and fucking McSauce was there, top of the Scots. Sorry,
Yep.
David Moyes, but you are just bow down to the master of Scotty Too Hotty there. Now, I'd thought, why don't we sort of not do an echo of what Joe Smith and oh fucking hell, a bit of acid reflux there. Oh, fucking oh bloody hell, that was a burner. We've got old Stephen Howson and Joe Smith have done a fucking Parker episode today, sort of doing a comparison between Scotty and Fred. So I thought if we try and look around the continent and stuff, let's sort of stick McSauce next to some of the other sort of most reputable benchmarkers, if you like. So I'm just going to quickly give some highlights of only Scotty's stats in the league, right? So he's had 20 appearances. He's got 5 goal contributions, 4 of which are goals. He's got a very good passing accuracy of about 87%. And his actual passing accuracy and successful dribbles surpass Paul Pogba, and also his goal contributions. And Pogba's only had 1 less league appearance. And he's intercepted more balls than Pogba, and he's achieved the same amount of clearances. So if you look across at Saul Niguez, who's what was his face? Howson's favourite player over in La Liga. What can you tell me about him, mate? So how many apps has he had?
He's played. Well, he's appeared 16 times. He has
goal
scored
contributions?
2 goals. Goal contributions is 2. His pass accuracy is 86%. He's got a. Hang on, I haven't got my glasses on. Getting old, mate. His dribble success is slightly up on McTominay, 83%.
Yeah.
But Niguez interceptions is only 8, and he's only made 14 clearances. So all in all, McSauce outweighs Niguez there.
Yeah. Also, you've got to remember that obviously the Premier League is the most physical league in the world, and well, of the top leagues, I mean, you can even go down to sort of League 2 and see players being fucking knocked into the stands at times. You know, we've had some hilarious memories watching the old Collier matches in the old cattle shed of Layer Road at times when we were youngsters. You know, we would
made
enjoy
NHL
some
look like
lower league
a bunch
football.
of kids, didn't it?
Oh, brilliant, mate. And then staying over in Madrid, we got for the other big team, we got Tony Cross. Tony Cross, mate, is having a really good season. Now he's got 5 goal contributions. He's played 1 less or had 1 less appearance than old Scotty. And one thing that's quite interesting is his expected goal contributions per match is slightly higher than Scott. He's got a 93% passing accuracy, 92% dribbles succeeded as well, which is pretty sick. Less interceptions, less clearances, but slightly more tackles. Now, I'm going to ask you to go over to Catalonia, over to Barcelona. Now, a player who's taken a good season to adjust to the Spanish league is Frankie de Jong. So give me
Yes.
some stats, mate. How many eps?
He's played one more. He's played one more than McSauce, so he's had 21. He's
Yep.
scored 3 goals. He's
Yep.
given 3 assists. His goal contributions is
Okay.
6, because obviously with his goals and
So
assists.
it's so it's
His pass
one more
accuracy.
than Scotty.
Yep, his pass accuracy is 90%, which is pretty solid.
Yep.
His
Yes,
dribbles
mate.
is 87%, so that's nearly 10% up on McSauce.
That's right.
And tackles succeeded is 65%, which is quite a lot higher than McSauce.
McSauce.
But his interceptions, however, there isn't a lot of difference. De Jong has had 23 when McSauce had 19. And clearances, he's actually only made 19 clearances compared to McSauce's 27.
So basically, what we can sort of deduce there is it's a different style of play as well. You've got to remember the physicality of the league, but
Yeah.
McSauce isn't making as many tackles, but Frankie de Jong has been more of an all-around complete midfielder. Sorry. Now we've got someone who's like set the benchmark now in the top European leagues. We've got Joshua Kimmich over at Bayern Munich now, in only 14 apps because of lack of availability and stuff. He's got a whopping 12 goal contributions, which includes 10 assists.
Yes.
So in each match, he's expected to contribute to 86%. Sorry, that's his expected goal contribution of 86%, which is fucking sick.
Yeah.
His passing accuracy
Crazy.
is slightly higher than actually, it's slightly less than McSauce, so he must be making more risky passes. He's got a higher dribble success rate, and his tackles are significantly higher, almost double. And then you've got the same interceptions and a lot less clearances, but maybe that's unnecessary with the type of football that old Flick's playing over at Bayern. So Kimmich is having a fucking sick season.
This to me shows that basically they are building Munich around Kimmich because of his goal contributions. Basically, it's like what Messi is to Barcelona back in the day. It's like what Thierry Henry was to Arsenal back in the day. They built the team around one certain player. So obviously, Bayern Munich have gone, right, pass the ball to Kimmich, he'll create a chance, you go score the goal. That's basically what these stats show to me.
Exactly. And I can never see them parting with him because if he continues in this sort of trajectory, mate, he's just going to fucking rip it up, season after season. Now, we've got two players.
If it wasn't for coronavirus, I would say his next port of call would have been either Barcelona or Real Madrid. Probably Madrid more than Barca because I don't think Barca can afford. They ain't got a pot to piss in at the moment.
Nah, mate. They're just pissing into the wind.
Definitely, but I think that would have been his next port of call. Would have been Madrid, but that's not going to happen at the moment. I could see potentially in the future him moving to Man City, potentially.
Yes, mate. Well, but Man City, then again, they never break the bank for they don't spend too much. They don't spend sort of 70 million plus on players. So Kimmich's fucking price now would be sort of after 1 or 2 more seasons, mate, 150 million plus. So we've got a couple of players that have been linked with us, way over a year. So we've got old Declan Rice, who we played against last night, and we've got I called him Kamavanga Ding Dong, but it's just Kamavinga. So we've got these two.
Yes.
No, Kamavinga is very young, up and coming. Now I'm gonna do his stats, mate, and then you give me a bit of egg fried rice, okay? So first, we'll look at old Camavinga, one more match played than McSauce, only 2 goal contributions, which includes a goal and
Yep.
assist. His passing accuracy is only 2% higher, and his dribbling
Yep.
success rate is 7% less in a much inferior
Yep.
league. He's made a few more tackles, but only 12 interceptions, 7 less than McSauce, and significantly less clearances. So
Yes.
Camavinga's got a massive price tag on him, and he's also
Yep.
being linked quite a lot with Real Madrid. So if Zidane stays in charge come next season, then there are rumours that they'll be in for him. Now, what about Declan Egg Fried Rice, mate? Oh, sorry, what did you call him? Oh, yeah, Declan Clash of Clans Rice or something. So,
Yeah.
how many apps has he had for West Ham in the league?
He's had 23, which is 3 up on Scotty. His goal contributions is only 1, and that was an assist, so he hasn't actually scored. His pass accuracy is bang on what McSauce's. His tackles is up in the 60s, 62%, so that's quite a lot up on Scotty.
Yeah, that's right.
And his interceptions, he's made 44 interceptions and clearances of 21, which is down on McSauce, but obviously the interceptions is doubled what McSauce's. Yeah.
Okay. But all in all, when it comes, I've sort of done a ranking thing, right, based on sort of goal contributions and sort of the attacking influence. Believe it or not, Scotty McSauce is actually third amongst all of those players. He's still young, he's 24, and he's going to grow into an even better player. So I'm not going to say that he's world class, but he's a fucking class player, mate. And I think that he's got a big future, and a lot of our idols over at the paddock are they're talking with a lot of sense. They're saying, not to get too carried away. He's a very good squad player. Can you build a team around him? They don't really think so, especially Howson, but I am a bit of a passion merchant, so I do think we can. I don't know about you, mate, if you've got any final conclusions about this little debate.
Yep. Right. Yes, I have. Basically, where I'm going to start off, and you're going to think, what the fuck you on about? But I'm starting off at Salford City, right?
Okay.
Currently, one of their directors is potentially United's best ever midfielder in Paul Scholes.
Yes, mate.
I just wish that Ollie could pull Scholes, could bring Paul Scholes into.
Could bring him into. Could pour Paul a pail of water. Sorry.
I just wish Ollie could bring over Scholesy.
Dribbled on my phone just now. Sorry.
Into the coaching setup, because I think McSauce can be the next Paul Scholes in the respect of outside the area shooting and getting something for nothing out of from the ball. Example, last night,
yes, mate.
The goal he scored, he didn't even have to adjust his feet. He was just basically, it was one solid motion. What you would see from Paul Scholes. The difference between Scott and Scholesy is the height. So that potentially is going to be Scotty's advantage. I'm not going to come out and, well, actually, fucking I am. Could Scott McTominay become a better player than Paul Scholes? Who knows? Time will tell.
I don't know. Well, yes, that's exactly. Base it down on time, mate.
Yeah. So, in regards to actual, trophies and that, no, he won't. But in regards to his contribution potentially. But
Okay.
yeah, I think can you build a team around him?
I think you can,
I,
mate.
I,
He's got a big persona. He's a
you
beast.
potentially
He's
could, but
a workhorse.
I think unfortunately, what United need to be looking at if they're going to build a team around anybody, it's either going to have to start from Fernandes or Greenwood. That's where they need to start.
Yeah, yeah. Now
Just solely,
I said something to Paddock earlier that
yeah,
I think that the long term future, obviously behind Fernandes, is going to be Scotty McSauce with Jimmy Garner, mate. Because I used to love how
right,
Garner would ping the ball around the pitch, and he's got a fucking good long shot in him as well. So Fred doesn't have that. So if you've got McSauce
yeah,
that is good at just like smacking the ball without
yeah,
needing a first touch or anything and getting a hard low drive into the goal,
yeah,
mate, that's fucking sick. And Jimmy Garner has actually got a similar technique as well. So once Jimmy Garner
yes.
drinks up his protein shakes and does, gets a bit more meat on him, I think, we've
Yeah,
got fucking good potential there, mate.
I
So
think
I
so.
don't know if you've got any
One thing,
closing words. We're hitting the 30-minute mark, mate.
yeah, one point I was just going to make about Fred. He seems to play
Yes,
on the
mate.
left side of midfield,
Yeah.
and it was very apparent last night that he wanted to shoot, but he couldn't bring it in on his right foot because it's not his favoured foot. Now, would it be an
Yeah.
idea to swap him over and play him on the right hand side? So he's sort of like an inverted. He's inverted in the respect of he's cutting in on his left, so he can then swing the ball in.
I know what you mean, but I
So,
just don't want him to shoot full stop because his shooting's pretty woeful, mate. Wasn't his last goal against LASK or something?
yeah, something
I
like
want
that.
him to be
You know,
further back. I'd rather just let McSauce be slightly more advanced and he can be the one
yeah,
that can let loose. And yeah, I
yeah,
do know what you're saying is completely logical, mate. And I do like the
yeah.
McFred combo. So, yes, mate, that's
Yeah,
that. Don't you got
I
any
think
closing words now, mate?
um, just one more thing about the game last night. It wasn't the best game on the planet. However, we're through to the next round, and the draw's tomorrow night, I believe.
Okay.
So that'll be interesting to see what happens there. And also, I thought even though Henderson didn't really have much to do last night, he seemed to command the area and seemed to be switched on a lot better than what De Gea has been over the last few games. So
Yeah, totally agree, mate.
I
No,
still hope that on Sunday he starts. And the fact is, this is what I was saying about the other night. Because we were playing in the FA Cup, De Gea wasn't going to start, but
yeah,
he didn't even make the bench last night. They gave that to Lee Grant. Now, some might say, well, that's because it's the FA Cup. And some might
yeah.
say, oh, yeah, well, Ollie finally dropped him. But I think that's just coincidence that it was just the FA Cup.
Yeah,
I don't think Ollie would have dropped him fully from the team squad if it was a Prem game or a
no, I doubt
European
it.
game. But if
Exactly. Unless he's got an injury or something. So,
yeah, I doubt it. But
yeah.
I just hope he sticks with Hendo on Sunday. If I'm honest.
Yeah, of course, mate. No, I'll completely back you up on that. Now, I'm going to just say to the listeners, please get involved with the old punnage. If you want to give us any of your Scottish puns to celebrate the FA Cup win over West Ham, taking the piss out of any present or past players, go for it. Now, mate,
Definitely.
how are we going to close it?
It's over and out from me, mate.
Sweet. And we'll be speaking to you later, you chronic masturbators. There we go. Oh, fucking, I can't find the stop button. Fuck me.